So Aydan, it's really a pleasure to see you, to have this opportunity to speak with you about this new album, about all the activity of the band, because you do many things. You never stop, in fact.
Yeah.
So perhaps my first question will be about this huge tour you did, the Bacan Fest comeback after many years, 10 years, and you play 32 gigs in Europe. You play
Yes.
also in Paris. So how was this incredible tour? I see the picture, all the show are sold out, or there are a lot of people on this tour. How do you live this tour?
It was a great experience. Was very long and I would say also exhausting, obviously, but on the other side was really great experience.
Mhm.
As you told, basically all the nights were sold out or nearly sold out, or in general packed with people. We weren't sure about it because Pagan Fest package was missing since 9 or 10 years, as you told. So it was a return of this package about pagan metal, but so we weren't sure about how the reaction of the crowd would have been, but it has been amazing, and we have sold out basically all the nights, and it was great. The package was amazing. We obviously know Whalestorm very well because we toured with them in US for 1 month last year. But also playing with Ensiferum, Tier, and Idefog, some of our favorite bands since a lot of time, was an amazing experience. We played France, I think.
Yeah, I see
Yeah,
that you play in the Zenith, huge
yeah,
place in Paris.
yeah. It was huge
Very nice
place,
place.
very big. And I would remind it as one of the best gig for me. The reaction to Elvenking, we were the opening band of the festival, but the reaction of the French people in Paris was absolutely amazing. So it was a great night.
Do you appreciate finally the life on the road? You are really on the road each night and each day you get a show. Is it something you appreciate to be on the road?
Yeah, obviously we are not such a young kids anymore, so it is physically challenging for sure, especially trying to sleep on the bus and every night go to another place and this kind of thing. But it is great. It is definitely great. And maybe at the fifth week we were a little bit really tired, but looking back at the whole experience is always a great thing.
It was. I see that finally, yeah. You tell me about this last year. You did a US tour. You will go very soon on tour in USA. I see that you will play a first gig in Cincinnati, and you finish in April 21 in Nashville. How do you feel about this tour? Do you prepare something special? Is it a lot of work to prepare that?
Well, it's always great to play tour. I think that you are referring to last year tour in this case because it was the one we did last year, and it is always
Uh-huh.
great to be on tour. And um, yeah, I think you were referring to the US tour of 2024, basically, and. It's as said, it is always a great thing to be on tour and to play places where we have not been. Playing USA and Canada has been just an amazing experience because we didn't expect it to have so many fans and so many people appreciating the music there.
So now I suppose you play on the European tour. You play new tracks, I suppose, from the album. You have 3 singles out just
Yeah.
now. How was the reception? Are you satisfied by the reception of the new songs that you play?
Yes, we have played the 2 singles that were basically out when we were touring in January and February. The last single has been just released last week. So we
Mhm.
try to, try on the live side the 2 singles that were out. So maybe some people already knew it. Especially one was had been released while we were on tour. So we introduced it into the set list during the tour. It is always challenging for us, to play new songs because they are new. We are never played live, so also as a band we need to, warm up a little bit and get into the new songs. But
Mhm.
after a couple of times that we were playing live, we were also more confident playing it, and we could give more energy to the people playing them. And the reaction of the crowd was amazing to the new song, so cannot wait to play also the other songs from the new
Yeah.
album. Yeah.
Yes, because the album will be out, Luna.
Yes,
Will be out in April,
exactly.
at the end of April. So about this new album, it's the end of a huge trilogy. You work a lot on this trilogy since many years now,
Yeah.
I suppose. How was the writing this time for the last part of the trilogy? I mean, I suppose you write many songs last year or in the last few months before the recording.
It was not exactly like that, strangely, because it was a particular situation. We were supposed, to write, to come back. When we recorded the first chapter of the trilogy, Divination, we went out on tour
Mhm.
with Brothers of Metal, and the idea was to go the normal way, so going home, maybe play another tour, then writing the song for the second chapter, record them, and so on and so on. Unfortunately, when we were on tour and we were just about to return home, first news about COVID-19 virus came. So,
Mhm.
basically we returned from the tour and we needed to cancel all the other activities that we had. We had a headlining tour in the pipeline, and we needed to cancel it. So all activities for the band were stuck, as everybody in the world was stuck in
Yeah.
their home. Yeah.
Uh,
So basically, the only thing that we could do at the time was, since we had already this trilogy in mind, was starting to songwrite for the second album, as we were, supposed to do.
mhm.
Since the situation with the COVID-19, things were not getting any better. We
Mhm.
just kept on writing and writing new songs, and at the end of the day, we find out with enough songs to cover chapter number 2 and chapter number 3.
Uh-huh.
Since there was nothing else to do, we go on with the songwriting, and since we knew that we had this big trilogy to do, we kept on doing songs, and this gave us also the possibility to choose which songs were fitting better the atmosphere
Uh-huh.
of chapter number 2, and which one were fitting better chapter number 3, because we knew that they needed to be different following the story. The chapter number 2 needed to be darker, more obscure,
Mhm.
a little bit heavier, while the final chapter of the story needed to be more epic, more relaxed, a little bit more melancholic also. So when we were writing the songs, we knew where they were fitting better. So we started to move the song into the 2 different chapters. And also we had the luxury of recording the drums for the 2 albums at the same time. Since all the pre-production demos were ready, we knew how the song were, we decided to record the drums for both of the albums at the same time. And then we focused on Rapture album, going on with the guitar and bass recordings and vocals and stuff, but we had already, you know, the pre-production and the drums recorded, so it was a little bit different from what we were used to do, and that is also why the time schedule between the second and the third chapter was much more, you know, quicker than between the first and the second one.
So finally, there are a lot of many things who have been recorded before. I mean, you speak about the drums and everything.
Yes.
So finally, this time you just finalize the song in studio. You get all the songs writing,
Yes.
and you
Yes.
just go in studio for this last chapter. It was
Yes.
how was it this time in studio? It was different from the last time. Do you work a lot more or less? Or was it easy or not?
It was really strange because, you know, we wrote these songs like 4 years ago, and we
Mhm.
already recorded the drums. And, you know, after 4 years, basically we didn't even remember that much about the song. So we knew that we knew that there were the drums recorded, but we were like, oh, okay, but how was this song exactly? So we needed to get back to, you know,
Uh-huh.
years ago when we were recording, when we were writing the song, and luckily we had you know, did some very precise pre-production at the time with all the demos. Some orchestration were already there, so it was a little bit strange because we had already recorded a part of this, but still we needed to remind a bit how the songs were, what was the idea of years before, what we wanted to express with that song. So it was a little bit weird process, let's say,
Uh-huh.
but once back in the songs, we were, you know, we also had the time to maybe you know, get better in some parts. We knew that you know, they were pretty old songs maybe, but we re-listening to them after a while, you can say, okay, but here I can do something different because now that I listen it again after a while, I can do this thing a little bit different. Maybe add this
Mhm.
arrangement, add this choir here, add this, change a little bit the vocal line that we had in mind. So it was a great process. I mean, it's always good to have the songs done and let them, you
Yeah.
know, let them uh, have their time there. Then you listen again after some months or some years, like in this case, and you said, okay, this is good, but could be better. Maybe I can do
Mhm.
something different, and it is great. Usually we were used to write a song and then go to record it immediately, so you don't have time to think and
Yeah.
rethink about what you can be done better, what you can change to make it,
Mhm.
you know, maybe flow better and so on. So it was interesting, I would say.
So finally, you change a little bit of the song, perhaps in studio.
Yeah.
You think about that, and some years after, you change
Yes.
something. But do you change many things, or just it was a little touch in the song that you change?
No, basically, you know, the drums was there, so
Ah,
we couldn't change the structure of the songs, but for sure, maybe you were listening to that particular guitar part, and maybe you think, okay, I can do a slightly different, or I can delete this guitar part and maybe add some violin part here instead of the guitar, or maybe the vocal line is okay, but I can do it even stronger if I change a little bit the melody in this single part. So there were very little details that maybe can all made the difference in the end.
mhm.
So obviously songs and music is especially in metal is also done by a little details, changing a little bit the vocal line there, changing the arrangement there, and can can make some, you know, something better for sure.
For you, it's also a huge job because you do the production too. You're
Yes.
not alone, but since a long time, you produce your albums. This one, of course, too. Is it? How do you live? How was it for you as a producer to work on this last chapter?
It's great. I mean, obviously, we had producers in the past. We have producer that came in to produce our album, and it's always been great. But in the end, we believe, especially me and Damna, that there is nobody in the world that knows our music better than ourselves. So
Yeah.
we know exactly what we want to achieve. Obviously, if we maybe one day we could have afford a big producer, a big name like, I don't know, Andy Sneap or something, you know, really important that you feel that can make the difference, we will definitely do it. But on the other side, it's easier for us to produce the album ourselves. We know, we have already in our mind what's the sound that we want to achieve, what's the arrangement that we want to have. And when we write the songs, we already work in our mind about what kind of sonic impact we want to have, what kind of arrangement, how the songs needs to be, to be, what kind of feelings needs to have. So we are used to, me and Damna, to produce our album since, a lot of time, as you said.
So you get the really sound for the album and for the band since many years now.
Yeah, exactly. In this time, particularly for these last two albums, we have been helped by Scott Atkins. That then he did the mixing of the album, and he came to Italy, and he helped us he co-produced a little bit the thing with us, because he took care of the drum sound especially, and then of the basic sound. He is known to be the producer of Cradle of Filth mainly, but we really like his type of sound, how he get to what it was very close to our idea. So for this album, we have been helped by him, so he co-produced the album with us.
Yes, yes, he worked since for the last two album too with you. So it was he is in a way part of the family, I will say. Now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he knew, he followed the process. He knew what especially after the first album he did. That obviously we are different from Cradle of Filth, and so it was maybe the first album was a little bit difficult for him to get into what we wanted to have in terms of sound mixing and stuff. Then with the second album, everything went much more easier, because he already knew what we expected from specific part of the sound, specific effects, how we wanted the drums to sound, the guitars, and so on.
So we speak about the single. The new one is gone. Epoch. It
yes.
was just coming out a few days ago. Why do you choose these songs? There are many songs on this album. There are long songs, like the last one of the album with 10 minutes. What is the idea when you choose this song Gone Epoch to present finally, because the album is not out, so the people fans will discover this song. It's a sort of exclusivity about the album. So why do you choose especially this song?
Well, this time we asked to our label and management to choose the single themselves, because we didn't want to choose the single ourselves, because we find out in the past that it was a little bit difficult for us, because obviously we are so inside the songs, the music, that we cannot have a proper vision of what can work nowadays as a single. So, for example, the record label chose to go with Throes of Atonement as first single, and me and Damna were very surprised, because it would have been the very last songs we would have chosen for a single. at a certain point of the songwriting, we decided we didn't want it to be included in the album at all, because we weren't sure about the song. So we said, okay, we can skip this song. in the end we decided to put in the track list, and and the label pick it as first single, so we were really surprised, but we said, okay, we trust you. We trust you, and let's say the only songs that we were all sure about was Gone Epoch. Everybody was agreeing with that, maybe because it is the typical, maybe very Elvenking song, very folky, kind of a little bit, it has this kind of melancholic feeling that is also very close to the lyrics of the song, and we believe it was the right songs, also for those who do not know the band, maybe can be appreciated also by maybe not the die-hard metal fan, can be also appreciated by people who are maybe more into more melodic stuff. So I think that it could be a good choice for a single.
For each album you get a special guest. This time it was Matthias Ref Liedmans from on the song The Storm
Carrier, yeah,
from
from
Fintroll,
Fintroll, yes,
of course.
yeah, yes.
Is it a friend for you? How finally do you choose? You know that you will get one guest. How do you choose the guys who will sing on the album?
Usually we don't we don't want to have guests just for the a lot of bands try to choose some guest in order to have their names in the singles, and maybe get some more attention by this and that. But as Storm Carrier is not even a single, so we are not even using the name of Matthias for promoting ourselves. So it is never been like this. We never want to have some guest just for the name and for maybe getting some of the audience of their bands in, and get some promotion for us. It's just when we feel really in the songs that we need something different, maybe some special vocals, a female vocals, or in this case a really death metal growling vocals, and we felt we need that specific voice, that specific guy to do this. And in that special song, Storm Carrier, we needed to have this kind of voice, so we said Brett would be perfect to do this, so we asked him. But just for this, we were not interested to use it as a promotion, as in fact Storm Carrier is not one of the singles, so only the people who will get into the album will know about it.
Is it finally a friend from you from the band? I know Fintroll are very well known too. You play in the same area, I will say, a musical area.
Yeah, exactly. We played with Fintroll in the past, not very often. We could have played more for sure, but we played UK, for example. We played some festival together. We are not very real friends with them, so we just asked him if he knew the band, if he was interested in doing the guest, and he was very super happy about it. And so I believe that next time we will play with Fintroll around Europe, we will definitely meet up, and maybe it would be great to organize a tour together. For example, Fintroll would have been perfect also for the Pagan Fest. It was not this time because maybe there were already Ensiferum, which are pretty similar, but I'm pretty sure that that our path will meet again very soon.
So perhaps in the future, a good surprise with this band. Now
sure.
that the trilogy is finished, it's a huge chapter, huge work, like you say. How do you feel? And how do you see in the future what after this incredible story?
We are kind of relieved. Let's say we were. We are working on this trilogy since 2018. Basically, the first album was out in 2019, but we were working on that at least 1 year before, or even more. So it's really a long period of time. We are just working on that, and I can tell you that I'm really happy that now we have reached the final chapter of this, because we were expecting to have a shitload huge amount of work, but maybe not this big, because also doing the song, it was very different from in the past, because we needed to create every song trying to understand what was the atmosphere we wanted to express in the special part of the story, which character of the story was associated to the song, and so we needed to create the feeling, the right melody for that part of the story. So to be sincere, we cannot wait to do a complete free album again now, without thinking about stories, concepts, and stuff like that, and just write the songs that you feel without being forced to do the song for this part, for that character. It has been a great experience. We love it so much, but now we are also happy that we are finally at the end of this.
You are free now.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Just yes, does it change finally something? This is huge experience. I mean, is there a before and a after? I suppose it bring you a lot of things too. It was an experience. You could say that.
Yeah, it was a great experience. Obviously, it is strange, because if I think about doing a concept album that is not only a concept album, but it's three albums, doing a big concept in these years, where the attention of the people, it is up to 2 minutes or even less, it seems, and in a era of Spotify, where people used to listen one or two songs from a band, and then usually uh, change go in shuffle with it. It is kind of crazy doing a project where people were supposed to follow uh, three albums, trying to understand what's the story, reading the lyrics from the first album to the third one. In this era is like a suicide, probably. It's like a kind of a suicide. But we know we are very old school guys. We still love the metal from the 80s and the 90s, and I was grown up, uh, you know starting from the first song of the album to the last one, with the lyrics, with a booklet at hand, trying to follow every song and try to understand what is the meaning behind every song. So probably we are a little bit old school, and still think that people nowadays, or somebody, can still have the patience and the passion to do this, as we used to do when I was a kid, for example.
Yes, I suppose there will be how did you say that? A special edition, huge
Yes.
edition with a lot of gift in the edition.
Yes, yes, we
Ah,
will we will have also something like that. We will try also to summarize the story once again,
mm,
for those who, it is very difficult to follow the story through the lyrics. So there is a special edition of the album, into a box set, where there is a book, where we try to explain all the story, all the characters, and the people who are really interested in getting to know more about the story and how it works, they should go with a box set edition, because there are a lot of more space to understand the story, to read about it, and everything.
Last question,
Yes.
just about the last song I speak about some minutes ago. Reader
Yes.
of the Runes, Book 2, long
Yes.
epic song, incredible songs. How
Thank
is
you.
born this song? Is it do you work a lot on this song? This incredible song, great song. You finish very well. Finally, the story.
Yeah, exactly. That was the idea. We wanted to finish the whole trilogy with the most epic song we could do, in order to make a great epic finale of the whole trilogy. So we knew that we wanted to close the album with a long epic song. Obviously, we needed it to work very, very good. So we work a lot on it. We had some ideas, but we work a lot. We change it several times until we were completely sure that it was exactly the perfect finale and the final big song for the whole trilogy. And I believe, and a lot of people from the press and everything are praising the quality of the songs, and I love it, and I hope also our fan will love it, because it's really a epic song that ends the whole story, probably in the best way possible in terms of our songwriting, because it contains a lot of stuff from the acoustic to very, very heavy stuff, blast beats, obscure stuff, and super epic and
Yes.
orchestral stuff. Yeah.
Yes, it was exactly that, and all the album we could say that we find that on all the songs of the album, this epic face and everything like that. It was a great album. So
Thank you very
thank you
much.
very much for the interview, Aydan, because it was
Thank you.
always a
Thank you so
pleasure
much.
to talk to you.
Thank you very
And
much. Also for me, it was a pleasure, and thank you very much. We hope to see you in France
yes,
someday.
I suppose you have many projects of tour and gigs in the
Yeah.
future.
Yes.
You
Yes.
never stop.
No. Never.
Thank you very
Thank you
much.
very much. Thank you very much. Bye, Pascal.
Bye
Thank you
bye.
so much. Bye,
Bye
bye.
bye.